So the iOS 12 to 12.1.2 Unc0ver Jailbreak has been out for almost a month now. And there's been a load of brand new tweaks come out, and there's also been a load of older tweaks being updated for the new Unc0ver Jailbreak. So you probably clicked on this video because you're looking for some new tweaks to install that you might not have heard of. So in this video, I'll be sharing my top 10 must-have Cydia tweaks for the iOS 12 to 12.1.2 Unc0ver Jailbreak. What's up guys, I'm Benji from BenObi Tech and welcome back to another video. So before we jump right into this video, you will have to be jailbroken for all of these tweaks to work, and you'll have to be jailbroken using the Unc0ver Jailbreak. If you use the rootless jailbreak, this will not work, but if you do have the Unc0ver Jailbreak with Cydia and everything installed, go ahead and grab some popcorn and a notebook or open the Notes app on your phone, and let's jump into the video. So the first tweak on my list you might have already heard of. This one is called XenHTML. This has been around for a little while. Basically, it allows you to add widgets to your home screen and your lock screen. And the settings for XenHTML are actually pretty simple. You tap on the lock screen if you want to add any lock screen widgets. And then also the thing is, you not only are able to add widgets and stuff to your lock screen and that's it, you can actually hide the Face ID padlock, for example, hide the torch button, hide the home bar, and a bunch of other stuff. You can even change the media controls here. You can even change the notification behavior and a bunch of other stuff, which is definitely useful. And you also have the advanced, so you can prioritize touch and widget. So if you have any touch screen enabled widgets, then it will prioritize the widget instead of, for example, the notifications or whatever. There's a bunch of other stuff you can do with the lock screen. Same with the home screen. You can add a bunch of widgets to the home screen as well. And you can even hide the dock blur. You can hide the folder icon blur, hide the icon labels, and hide a bunch of other stuff. This next tweak is called Liberty Lite. And basically, have you ever opened an app while you were jailbroken and it said that you can't use it, or like Face ID didn't work and stuff? Well, with Liberty Lite, this basically blocks jailbreak detection within certain apps. It doesn't work with every single app because, of course, some of them have even more thorough jailbreak detection. So for apps like PayPal and, for example, for me, Royal Bank of Scotland, which is my bank, those have jailbreak detection, and sometimes they won't work, sometimes Face ID won't work and stuff. And if you have Liberty Lite, you can actually disable those apps within the settings, and you will then be able to use all of the features within that app. Now, of course, as I said, this doesn't work with every single app. It works with some, though. For example, Fortnite, this doesn't work, unfortunately. So if you want to play Fortnite on your jailbroken device, unfortunately, you can't do that with Liberty. But you can still block jailbreak detection in a lot of different apps, and I think this is a must-have tweak if you have any apps that have jailbreak detection built in, which there aren't many, but the ones where there is jailbreak detection, it can get kind of annoying. The third tweak on my list is called No Low Power Auto Lock, and basically, if you own an iPhone and you turn on low power mode, usually it will lock within 30 seconds, but with No Low Power Auto Lock, it will basically disable auto lock for when you have low power mode turned on. This tweak is very, very helpful if you find the 30-second auto lock thing annoying. Like, why not? The fourth tweak on my list is called SwipeForMore. Are you one of those people who likes to install a load of different tweaks, but you kind of find it annoying that you have to go into the tweak, wait for it to load up, tap modify, tap install, all that kind of stuff, and same when you want to uninstall the tweak? Well, with SwipeForMore, this makes everything so much easier. For example, here, if we want to remove battery %X, we just slide on here. We can queue it to be deleted, we can queue it to be reinstalled, and we can just reinstall it or just remove it just like that. For example, when we swipe on battery %X here, we can actually queue the tweak to be deleted. We can queue it for being reinstalled. So if you want to install other tweaks or uninstall other tweaks, you can add them to your queue, or you can simply just reinstall the tweak by just tapping that, or just delete it by tapping this. And let me show you here how it works. So if we want to, for example, reinstall this, just tap on Q to reinstall, go to Hyperion, do the same thing, go here, let's say we want to delete this, and so on and so forth. It's actually very, very simple to use, and a tweak that I use a ton. The fifth tweak on my list is another one for Cydia. This one is called Flame, and basically this allows you to do a bunch of stuff within Cydia. So for example, if we want to add a whole list of repos, or you've just copied a repo, you can just go ahead here and tap edit, tap add, and you can actually tap on batch mode. And if we go ahead and, for example, copy Big Boss repo here, tap add, tap on batch mode, and it will actually show up that we have this in our clipboard. So of course you can install multiple repos at the same time, but you can also install them individually without having to tap on the add, tap on normal mode, and then paste the link within there. It's so much quicker and so much easier. And you also have a bunch of options here in the Flame settings. So for example, you can select which page you want Cydia to open to every time you open it. So you can tap on sources, and whenever you open Cydia, it will open on sources. Same with changes, installed, and search. And you can also toggle on pull to refresh, which I think this is a must. So if we go into Cydia here and we want to refresh our sources real quick, just slide down and it'll refresh your sources for you. And there's a load of other stuff you can do with Flame. For example, you can hold on a repo and you can just copy the link. You can go ahead and export your whole tweak list or your sources list, or even both, which is very, very handy. And there's literally a load of stuff you can do to Cydia with Flame, which I think is really, really cool. If you want to get more out of Cydia, then I highly recommend getting Flame. This other tweak is really, really cool, and I absolutely love it. This one is called Aperturize. So have you ever taken a picture with portrait mode and maybe the background blur isn't as good as you hoped, and you don't have an iPhone XS or a XR where you can adjust the aperture? Well, using Aperturize, that's not a problem anymore. You just tap on edit on a photo and you can actually change the depth of field effect without having to buy a brand new iPhone. Like, look at that. This only works on devices that have the dual cameras. So for example, the 8 Plus and the iPhone 7 Plus will work with this feature as well, and of course the iPhone 10 as well. This is definitely a feature that I love on the iPhone XS and XR. So if you're jealous of those XS and XR users that can just adjust their aperture, you can do that now as well using Aperturize. This next tweak is a tweak you have to get if you love listening to music and you have Spotify or Apple Music. This one is called Color Flow 4. A lot of people have heard of the tweak Color Flow, but it has been updated for iOS 12. So basically what Color Flow 4 does is it basically adjusts the background of the music player to the color of the background on the album art, which I think is very, very cool. So if we go into the next track here, it will change color. And the awesome thing is this doesn't only work within Apple Music or Spotify. This also works on the lock screen, and it has a really, really cool look as well. And it's definitely a really, really neat tweak. Of course, it's not necessary, but still, if you want to add customization to your phone and you want your friends to be jealous, this is definitely a tweak I would recommend. So this next tweak is actually pretty cool. This one is called DownLocker. If you've ever heard of the tweak called Face Down, this essentially is the same thing, but for iOS 12. Whenever you put your phone face down, it will actually lock the device. And of course, you can turn on Raise to Wake, so then when you lift it back up, it will wake the screen basically. So now whenever you want to lock your phone, you no longer have to press the power button or side button or whatever you want to call it. You just put your phone face down and it locks. This next tweak is called Malipo, and this basically allows you to change the sound for when you plug your phone into charge. So for example, if we put my iPhone here on my wireless charging pad, it makes the AirPower sound, which is definitely something that I would love to hear more often on stock iOS devices. But of course, you know, yeah, AirPower isn't out yet as of recording this video. It might be on Monday, I hope. But here it is one more time. And if we go into the Malipo settings here, you can actually go onto change sounds, and there's a bunch of different sounds. So you also have this one, which actually this isn't accurate because my Apple Watch does not make that sound. You have the laser beam, you have lightsaber, Mario coin, underwater bubbles, and even the iOS 6 sound if you wanted to. And you can also go ahead and just remove it entirely if you're not into like system UI sounds. You can even turn on the feature where when you plug it into charge, it will actually vibrate regardless of it being in silent or not. And there's plenty of sound packs you can download as well, so you're not only restricted to those sounds. And I'm also pretty sure using Filza or CyberDuck or something like that, you can actually install your own custom sounds. So this last tweak I find super, super useful, especially when you're tweaking your tweaks within your settings a lot. This one is called PullToRespring. So basically how this works is when you're in the settings app, all you have to do is pull down and it'll actually respring your device. And then that's basically it. That's all this tweak does. So you just slide down, respring, and yeah, there's not much else to it. So yeah, that about wraps this video up, guys. If you did enjoy the tweaks I showed and you want to install any of them, all of the links will be in the description below as always, because I'm not your average YouTuber who doesn't post links. crack your iDevice. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And of course, if you're new, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, so then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. You can get to my videos early and you won't miss an upload. If you guys want to help support the channels, go ahead and get yourself some merch. You can head over to BenObi.shop, and if you aren't into merch but you still want to help the channels out, you can go ahead and donate on Patreon or PayPal. Links will be in the description below. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Benji from BenObi Tech, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.